What's up, KG, RoughToBeBuffTV? We're doing upper body today, you see. So we're doing some behind the neck presses, some back and some chest. So I'm basically doing a little bit of the front side, a little bit of the back side. Today is strictly just about the exercises today. So the first thing that we're doing, behind the neck overhead press. If you don't have the flexibility to press the bar, or you don't have the range of motion in the shoulders and extension in the spine to do behind the neck, just do like a regular overhead press. So the big thing here is keeping the ribs down, making sure you're not overarching the back. I like to rest in between every repetition, so a dead stop in between each rep. With the behind the neck overhead press, I'm also doing some upper back stuff. We're using some accommodating resistance. Now, anytime you guys hear accommodating resistance, that means that we're reusing bands. You guys have been watching any of my videos. We're using some bands to do some back rows. I'm here with the Space Wolf. With this exercise, we got the bands. We're gonna load up about 100 pounds. Now, we don't want to over row. We don't want to get the elbow behind the shoulder. We're just working on engaging the lats and then letting the weight pull us forward. You're going to grab the very, very ends of the band and you're going to create some distance. Make sure the weight is off the stack. A little forward lean. And all we're doing is getting a roll in the shoulders first. So you want to roll the shoulders and then drive the elbows. Sometimes I like to hinge a little bit more to stretch the lats out. Still got to create more distance. And it's okay for the back to round a little bit. I'm getting full length in the lats. I like to pair this exercise. We go way lighter. So way lighter. 60 pounds. We're gonna basically do some straight arm lat pulls, hinging in the hips. This bastard truck outside. Super good exercise. If you're having a hard time engaging your lats, let the shoulders roll forward. At the last second, open up the chest. Just like you're driving your hands through water when you're swimming. Set number 2, 30-pound weight jump. We're at 125. Another variation that I like to do with the banded rows is I like to go single arm. Single arm gives you an opportunity to just focus on one lat. And honestly, every time I do single arm exercises, especially for the lat, I get a much higher amount of engagement. So if you're tired of doing like the 2-arm row, switch it over to a single arm row and you're gonna feel a much, much bigger engagement in your lat. And I stress enough, like when you set up, make sure you feel the lat lengthen. Make sure you feel it stretch before you go into your movement. And then it's also going to help stabilize your core a little bit too. So a lot of my clients will do it and they'll feel it in their core because they have to anti-rotate. I'll take both of the bands, I'll just put them together. I'm going to grab a hold, create some distance. Let that lat stretch out. That's really important. Letting that lat stretch and then driving the elbow, not back, but back and down towards your pocket. And you don't have to over row. You don't have to get the elbow like way the fuck back there because you're gonna lose lat engagement. So elbow to the pocket. And then always give it a little hold. That way you know that lat's firing. So this is where you want to feel the stretch here. You can see his lat, this piece of muscle that I'm pinching, that's his lat. So feel that length and then fire it. There you go. So drive your elbow to your pocket and your wrist towards your knee. That was pretty good. And then you could feel, palpate, that's good. That lat is definitely firing. Look at that. So this is, you know, we filmed Jacob and I working out a little while ago. I think that was like 3 weeks ago. We're approaching, I think, month number 5, and you can see there's some serious lat growth here. Unilateral work is absolutely necessary. If you're doing everything with 2 hands or 2 feet, try going single arm or single leg. It'll change the game. That's my love. Single arm exercises. Don't leave them out of the playbook. You're missing out a whole plethora, cornucopia of good exercises. How you doing, babe? Tired. You're tired? Check out the latest fashion statement, guys. This is the latest, coolest, dopest fashion statement. It's when you wear your socks over the leggings. Very hot.
TR hot. Those are thick socks.
Dang, I like this pose. Are you posing? Posing. Give me a bicep. Hey, dang. Nice bicep. Nice face. Dang. One more time. Almost punch yourself. Josh, this is your favorite Wilkinson song. We're going to Prague at the very end of August, at the beginning of, or end of July, beginning of August. We're going to a festival. It's a drum and bass festival called Let It Roll. We're gonna go Amsterdam and Prague. That will be on the vlog, Prague vlog. What's so funny? That I'm talking to myself? That I'm talking to myself? Stay over here. Yeah, unless you want to dance with us. So we got Prague at the very end of July, early August, which will be completely vlogged. I'm super excited for that. He's got a $160 on here, 160. My last set was at 240. Think strong, stay tight. Good, nice straight spine. Good, just like 6 of them. Hit it, kid. Pull. Pull. One more. That's it. Eesh. Good job. See, you get all the free training. You just gotta move in with me and do whatever I say. I'm gonna be finishing up with some dumbbell chest press. There's nothing fancy about the dumbbell chest press. The only word of advice that I could give to you, or if you're chest pressing right now, is to make sure that your shoulder blades stay back and down, as if you're pinching the low part of your scapula in between your shoulder blades, which is basically this area right here. You got to make sure that that stuff is squeezed together as you go through your chest press, one, to keep your shoulders safe and to help activate your pecs more. So if you're not feeling your pecs during your chest press, you're probably having a really crappy time keeping your shoulder blades pinned together. Scapular control, I should make a video about this. Scapular control is probably one of the most important things to do to set your shoulders in a proper place in order for a muscle group to get the most activation, the most stimulus during a movement. This could be during a standing bicep curl, it could be during a scapular retraction exercise, during a tricep extension, during your dumbbell chest press. So when you're going through scapular depression, what's really important is the back isn't rounded like this. So you don't want the back to be rounded. You want your shoulders back and together. Your humerus needs to go in the socket, here, not outside of the socket, here. So shoulders depressed, shoulder blades back and together, and then from this position, we go through our press, keeping the shoulder blades pinched together. So they're never protracted, they're never going apart. Retract, and then you go through your presses. And that's gonna help keep the chest in front of the shoulder and leverage the chest more so you can get more pec activation. It's a tricky thing to do, but practice it if you're not feeling your pecs during your chest presses. You can even do it, you should be doing it during your push-ups as well. At the bottom portion of your push-up, keeping your shoulder blades retracted, then keeping them retracted as much as you can as you go through your press. So, word to the wise. Something else I want to note on the dumbbell chest press is that when you're pressing, try to keep the wrists stacked over the elbows. I don't like to connect the dumbbells because I feel like there's a point when you're connecting the dumbbells that you may lose tension on the pecs. So I either like to keep the wrists stacked over the elbows or a little outside of the elbows, basically till the very, very end, until I go into extension. But I don't like to click the dumbbells together or get them inside the shoulder because I feel like then I lose tension on my pecs. Because the whole idea is we want to create as much mechanical tension as possible on that area. Remember, while controlling the scapula, throttling back and down so we can just focus on driving through the chest. I'm not doing biceps today, but Jacob's finishing off on some bicep curls. I love doing them from the cable, and I always like when you have a little lean, because where the force angle is, where the weight's coming from, sometimes with dumbbells, when you're standing, you lose tension at the very top of the lift. This way, you can create leverage throughout the entirety of the movement. That's fucking great. So you can see the lever here and where the force is coming from. So he has tension throughout the entirety of the movement. So if you want to do like a high intensity technique, what I like to do is some partials just right about here, Jacob, and then drop. So as soon as you tap my hand, just drop. You're gonna get that first 20, his arms are pooped. First 20% of the movement or so. Yeah, dude. Look at this guy get swole. Do you love it?
I love it.
Final exercise of the day, basically like a declinated chest press. I've never seen anybody do this exercise. You need a stability ball, a dual cable cross, the cable's down to the ground. You want to center the ball. The whole idea of creating leverage is you want to think of different insertion points in the pec. So obviously think of the inside of your chest, and all these tissues connect inside of the humerus here. So you want to lengthen those as much as possible, get them in as much of a stretch state as possible, and then shorten them as much as possible. That's how you're going to create tension, you're going to create density. You're going to center the ball in the center of the machine of the cable cross. It's super important before you walk out, get the cables close to your ribs, curl them tight to your body. You're going to walk your ass to the ground and you're going to lay back. So basically I'm putting my body in a declinated position. You can see that my ass is off the ground. I'm not completely seated. The mid back is basically the curvature of my back is matching the curvature of the ball. Open up the chest, stretch out the pecs. So feel your pecs stretch before you go into your press pattern. And nice and slow, controlled as always. And drive and squeeze. I like to standardize that tension on the bottom of the lift so I really feel my pecs firing. You can also go alternating. So I can keep one pec firing as the other one goes through the full range of motion. So sometimes I'll do like a left, right, and then I'll do together. Big stretch in the pecs, and press and squeeze. Kind of like doing the most muscular, like the Hulk Hogan flex. So right arm, and then we'll go left arm, and then a big stretch, take it nice and wide, keep the chin high. My pecs are pretty tired, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Do a fly in this motion. Shoulder blades pinched, stretch out the pecs, and slowly bring together. Oh, my pecs are pretty tired. I'm gonna call it there. I promise I've never seen anyone else teach that exercise. You've seen it here first. The grand press. That's all I got for you guys today. Another roommate workout in the books. It's April 25th. We're getting our let it roll booties going. We're spreading cheeks. We're going spread eagle for this one. KG, Space Wolf. Thanks for tuning in, man. As always, all my subscribers, I appreciate you guys. Give this video a like if you're gonna use any of these tips, tricks, or exercises. See you guys next time. Peace.
I work harder on that than anything else in my life.
What's that? Yeah, that thing's huge.
Imagine if I like worked on my education the way I work on my butt.
Babe, you'd be a genius.
Oh wow, you're recording me.
Yeah, I was recording the whole time.
Well, I got it.
Yeah. It's my favorite bum. My favorite bum. Where do you want to stop for food?
Poke parlor.
Poke parlor? Poke parlor! Picking up that poke life. You gotta get you a girl that doesn't get her nails done.
I'm getting my nails done.
That's what I'm saying, but like you don't normally get your nails done.
It's your fault.
Why is it my fault?
I want my hands so pretty because I have a ring on my finger.
So this is basically 5 scoops of fish and then all the crunchies. I took it really light on the spicy mayo. I really love mayo. So I just went super light on the mayo. And then, but that's pretty much it. That's post-workout. And that's what we're doing for today. Okay, now that's really it. All right, I'm out. See you guys later. Peace.